Imagine boarding a cruise ship with your family, excited for a week of sunshine, relaxation, and unforgettable memories. Then imagine never coming home. In November 2025, 18-year-old Anna Kepner boarded a Carnival cruise ship. Before the voyage ended, she was dead, and the investigation that followed would shock the entire country. The cruise is supposed to be an escape, a chance to relax, to make memories with family, to leave your worries behind. But in November 2025, what should have been a dream vacation became a nightmare that would shock the nation. 18-year-old Anna Kepner boarded a Carnival cruise ship with her family, excited for days of sunshine, adventure, and time together. She had her whole life ahead of her. A high school senior, a cheerleader, a young woman with big dreams for the future. But before the ship returned home, Anna would be found dead. And what investigators uncovered would transform a tragic death into one of the most disturbing cruise ship cases in recent memory. This is the heartbreaking story of Anna Kepner. Anna Kepner was known by friends and family as energetic, kind, and full of life. She lived in Titusville, Florida, where she was a high school senior and cheerleader. Those who knew her described a young woman excited about the future. She had ambitions, goals, and plans beyond graduation. Like many teenagers, she was looking forward to the next chapter of her life. Nobody could have imagined that a family vacation would become her final journey. In early November 2025, Anna boarded the Carnival Horizon with family members for a 6-day Caribbean cruise. The ship departed from Miami and was scheduled to visit several tropical destinations before returning home. For passengers aboard the massive vessel, the trip promised beautiful weather, entertainment, and unforgettable experiences. To everyone around her, it seemed like an ordinary vacation. But somewhere during the journey, something went terribly wrong. As the cruise entered its final days, Anna reportedly told family members she wasn't feeling well and returned to her cabin early. At the time, nothing appeared unusual. People assumed she simply wanted to rest. The evening continued. The ship sailed through international waters. Thousands of passengers enjoyed their vacations. Yet within the walls of a single cabin, events were unfolding that would soon trigger a federal investigation. On November 7th, the unimaginable happened. Anna Kepner was found dead aboard the cruise ship. According to later reports, her body was discovered concealed beneath a bed. The discovery sent shockwaves through the ship. Family members were devastated. Passengers began hearing rumors. Crew members were forced to respond to a situation unlike anything most had ever experienced. What had begun as a family vacation had suddenly become a potential crime scene. When the ship returned to Miami, federal authorities became involved. Because the incident occurred aboard a vessel traveling in international waters, the investigation fell under federal jurisdiction. FBI agents boarded the ship and began collecting evidence. At first, information was scarce. Officials released very few details. As speculation spread online, investigators worked quietly behind the scenes to determine exactly what had happened to Anna. Weeks later, one major question finally received an answer. Anna's death was officially ruled a homicide. According to public reports, the cause of death was mechanical asphyxia. In simple terms, investigators concluded that another person had caused her death. The ruling changed everything. This was no longer a mysterious death aboard a cruise ship. It was now a homicide investigation. As investigators dug deeper, attention began focusing on someone much closer to Anna than anyone expected. Court documents and later criminal proceedings revealed that Anna's stepbrother became a central figure in the investigation. Authorities carefully examined evidence, digital records, witness statements, and movements aboard the ship. The case grew increasingly complex. Families were torn apart. Public interest exploded, and questions continued to multiply. For many people, the most disturbing aspect of the case wasn't simply the crime itself. It was where it happened. Cruise ships are often marketed as safe family vacations, floating resorts filled with entertainment and relaxation. Yet this tragedy served as a reminder that crimes can occur anywhere. The unusual setting only intensified public fascination with the investigation. News outlets across the country followed every development closely. In 2026, prosecutors announced serious criminal charges connected to Anna's death. The case moved through the federal court system as investigators continued presenting evidence. The legal proceedings attracted widespread attention and generated intense public discussion. As with any criminal case, the charges represented allegations that would need to be tested in court. But for Anna's loved ones, the focus remained on something far more important: finding justice and preserving the memory of a young woman whose life ended far too soon. Anna Kepner boarded a cruise ship expecting memories that would last a lifetime. Instead, her story became a tragedy that captured national attention. A young woman with dreams, ambitions, and an entire future ahead of her was gone. Today, her family, friends, and community continue to remember the bright and vibrant person she was. While investigators and courts work through the legal process, one fact remains undeniable. A promising young life was lost, and the impact of that loss will be felt for years to come. The story of Anna Kepner is not just a crime story. It is a story of heartbreak, a story of loss, and a reminder of how quickly life can change. For Anna's loved ones, the vacation ended long ago, but the search for answers continues. For more interesting and captivating true crime stories like this, kindly click on the subscription button.